What's up, everybody? So, I'm going to continue my series that I started last week going over the 2022 upcoming recruiting class. Last week, I covered the quarterbacks. I'm going to go position by position and pick three players from each position group that I like/slash think Miami can get realistically, and also Miami might be targeting already. Again, I explained this last week. I could go over the top three players on the recruiting board that are ranked number 1, 2, and 3, but that wouldn't be very realistic because I don't think Miami's getting any of those guys, at least at this position group. There are certain position groups that we do have a chance of the number one guy, but this one isn't one of them. And I'm talking about wide receiver. Now, wide receiver is an interesting group with this team because right now we're pretty loaded as far as bodies. We have 13 wide receivers on the roster right now. I believe of those 13, 12 are under scholarship. And that's a lot more than I think most teams have. I think teams hover around the 9 or 10 scholarship receiver range. And I would be okay with that, but Rhett Lashley and Manny Diaz like to have a lot of receivers. And they're probably going to stay around that number. So after 2021, we're probably going to lose 3 or 4 guys in all likelihood. Those would be D. Wiggins, Mark Pope, Mike Harley, Marshall Few, and Charleston Rambo. So likely 5 that we're going to lose from 21 to 22. So there's positions to fill, but if they wanted to, they can honestly maybe add 2 more receivers and still be good as far as numbers. So just want to throw that out there first. So don't be surprised if Miami only takes a couple of guys, because in the last couple of classes, Miami's taken a bunch of receivers. They've loaded up as far as talent, in my opinion. And I think they just need to make some tweaks as far as adding some size and some speed. Now, that being said, these are the 3 guys that I definitely think Miami should be targeting, and I think we have a very realistic chance of getting. The first one will be Isaiah Horton. Isaiah Horton, 6'3", 190 pounds, from Nashville, Tennessee. He, back in December 28, announced his initial top 6. They were all SEC teams. It was Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, Georgia, LSU, and Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken. Now, yesterday, February 18th, he announced his top 4. There was one change to this. It was kind of all the same SEC teams. It was Bama, Florida, Tennessee, but there was a new one. The 4th team was Miami. It's been rumored that Rhett Lashley has Rob Likens, and the offensive staff has developed a rapport with him, developed that relationship, and Miami is making up some ground here. So look for Miami to, maybe pick this kid up and add him to the class. He's very talented. He's a 4-star recruit according to 24/7 Sports. So this would be a nice get. He's got great size, good speed, all-around talent that I would love to add to this wide receiver core. So that's the first one. The second one would be another guy with great size, and that would be Jaden Gibson. Jaden Gibson is from Winter Park, Florida. He measures up at 6'6", 185 pounds. Now, I don't know when his weight was recorded. It was probably, maybe last year or something. He might be closer to 200 pounds now. And imagine getting into Coach Feely's strength and conditioning program. Don't be surprised if that guy adds 20 to 25 pounds of muscle over the next year or 2. If he does that, he could be a matchup nightmare for ACC defenses. So that would be a great get because you can teach. There's certain things you can teach. They say you can't teach speed, you can't teach size either. And this kid has elite size. And that's something we've been missing. A guy with great size that can go up and get the ball and win 50-50 battles. So that's the second one, Jaden Gibson. The third one would be Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson, right in our backyard, Miami Palmetto Senior High School. We're starting to develop a little bit of a pipeline there, which is great. They've been producing great talent lately. Mike Jackson is a smaller receiver, 5'10", listed at 145 pounds. Smaller, speedier guy. Think Mike Harley as far as body type and speed. So that's a guy that, you kind of have your pick. If you're only going to take a couple of receivers this year, Do you go for the size, the elite size, or do you go for the elite speed? I'd be okay with either one. I know I've said I would lean towards speed, but I don't know. If you, with the guys that we already have, and maybe Malik Curtis switches to receiver, I might be okay with going with the 3-star Jaden Gibson, who's 6'6" and can go up and get any 50-50 ball. I don't know. That's just me. But anyway, for right now, those are the guys I wanted to go over. Jaden Gibson, Mike Jackson, and Isaiah Horton. If we can get 2, if not all 3 of these, I would be very happy with the haul at receiver in 2022. Also, wanted to throw out today's opening day for the Canes baseball team. Good luck to them. They opened the season up at University of Florida, our beloved rivals, and hopefully they can get a series win, if not a sweep. It's been a while since we've done that. So anyways, that's it for me. Enjoy your weekend, guys. As always, it's all about the U. Go Canes.